told you it was love. They convinced you it was normal. They made you believe the problem was you. But somewhere beneath the confusion, the self-doubt, the endless explanations that never quite made sense, you knew something was wrong. This is where we stop pretending. This is where we examine what they never wanted you to see. The patterns that controlled you, the systems that protected them.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Plus, free premium delivery with any bed and base. Ends Monday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Ah, DSW, birthplace of the humble brag. Here, the shoes are so good, no one would ever know how little you paid. If you didn't go telling everyone, that is. And with never-ending options for every style, mood, and occasion, all at really great prices, we'll definitely give you something to brag about. So go ahead, stock up on fresh sneakers from your favorite brands, or try those boots you always secretly knew you could pull off. Find the shoes that get you, at prices that get your budget, at DSW stores or at DSW.com. Let us surprise you.
If you found yourself constantly being criticized or undermined every time you tried to set boundaries or make progress in your healing journey, you're not alone. There's something particularly cruel about trying to grow as a person, only to face explosive reactions from someone who's supposed to care about you. Maybe you started therapy and suddenly they had opinions about your therapist being a quack. Maybe you tried to eat healthier and they mocked your efforts or sabotaged your meals. Maybe you simply said, "I don't like when you speak to me that way." And suddenly you were dealing with days of silent treatment or screaming matches. Welcome back to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Podcast. I'm Lynn, your host. Today we're talking about how poor emotional regulation becomes a weapon to keep scapegoats stuck, and why your progress often triggered their worst behavior. People who scapegoat others have fundamentally poor emotional regulation. This isn't just about having bad days or getting stressed. This is about an inability to manage their internal emotional world without making it everyone else's problem. When you're the scapegoat, their emotional instability becomes your responsibility to manage. You learned early that their feelings mattered more than yours, and that your job was to stay small enough that you didn't trigger their volatility. Here's what makes this particularly insidious. Their poor emotional regulation serves a control function. It's not random emotional chaos. It's strategically deployed whenever you threaten the existing power structure. The person who scapegoated you depends on your stuckness to feel safe in their superior position. Your growth, your boundaries, your increasing self-awareness, all of these things represent a loss of control for them. Think about what emotional regulation actually means. It's the ability to experience feelings without making them other people's emergency. It's being able to sit with uncertainty without lashing out. It's managing disappointment or frustration without punishing everyone around you. The person who made you the scapegoat lacks these basic emotional skills, but instead of working on themselves, they made their emotional instability your problem to solve. You might have experienced this when you tried to pursue education or career goals that they didn't approve of. Suddenly, every conversation became about how you were getting too big for your britches or forgetting where you came from. You might have faced guilt trips about how your success made them feel inadequate, as if your growth was somehow an attack on them. Or maybe you experienced it when you started setting boundaries around their behavior. A simple "I won't discuss this topic" or "I need space right now" triggered disproportionate reactions. They couldn't handle the uncertainty of not having complete access to you, so they responded with emotional storms designed to pull you back into compliance. The poor emotional regulation shows up as rage when you don't accept their version of reality. It shows up as victim playing when you hold them accountable. It shows up as passive-aggressive punishment when you don't prioritize their needs above your own well-being. These aren't natural emotional responses to normal relationship dynamics. These are control tactics deployed by someone who can't manage their internal world. What's particularly damaging is how their emotional volatility trained you to predict and prevent their reactions. You learn to scan their mood, adjust your behavior, and sacrifice your own needs to keep them regulated. You became responsible for managing an adult's emotions, which is neither appropriate nor possible. No one can regulate another person's emotions for them, but scapegoats spend years trying. Their inability to self-soothe became your emergency. Their inability to handle criticism became your reason to never speak up. Their inability to tolerate independence became your reason to stay small. You are managing their emotional world while learning to ignore or minimize your own feelings. This dynamic exists in families of origin, but it also shows up in romantic relationships, friendships, and workplace dynamics. Wherever there's a scapegoat, there's someone whose emotional regulation depends on keeping that person in a diminished position. Your progress threatens their sense of control, and their poor emotional skills mean they respond with disproportionate reactions designed to bring you back in line. Here's what I want you to understand. The emotional chaos you lived through wasn't caused by your behavior. It was caused by their inability to manage their own internal experience without making it your fault. When you tried to grow, succeed, or set boundaries, their extreme reactions revealed their dysfunction, not yours. You weren't too sensitive for having feelings about their treatment. You weren't selfish for wanting better. You weren't ungrateful for questioning their behavior. You were dealing with someone who couldn't handle their own emotions without weaponizing them against you. That's not normal, healthy, or acceptable. The person avoiding their own emotional development needed you to stay stuck so they could avoid facing their own issues. Your progress forced them to confront the fact that growth is possible, which highlighted their choice to remain emotionally immature. Rather than do their own work, they tried to sabotage yours. Their poor emotional regulation was never your responsibility to fix, manage, or accommodate. You deserved to pursue your goals, set boundaries, and grow as a person without facing emotional punishment for having a life. Their inability to celebrate your progress or respect your boundaries was about their limitations, not your worth. When did your attempts at progress trigger emotional storms from the person who scapegoated you? And what does that pattern reveal about their need for control rather than any deficiency in you? This is Lynn, and this has been another episode of the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Podcast. I'll see you in the next one. Visit our website at movingforwardafterabuse.com for articles, resources, and more support on your recovery journey.
This is Paige DeSorbo from Giggly Squad. Boost Mobile gives you the same network coverage, speed, and service you're used to, just at a more affordable price. Why pay more if you don't have to? Offering reliable nationwide coverage backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. Love your service or get your money back, no questions asked. Visit your nearest Boost Mobile store or head to boostmobile.com to learn more. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers who cancel within 30 days of activation will have Boost service fees refunded. Activation fees, if applicable, and phone payments will not be refunded.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus free premium delivery with any bed and base. Ends Monday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
February is the month of being in love with a rich, creamy sensation of My Mochi ice cream. My Mochi is premium ice cream wrapped in soft, chewy dough. It's like a sweet ice cream dumpling. It comes in delicious fruit flavors like strawberry and mango, and classic favorites like cookies and cream. Every box of My Mochi has 6 mochis, so it's fun to share with the people you love most. Grab a purple box of My Mochi ice cream today and feel joyfully chill.
This work is hard, really hard. Questioning everything you were taught, seeing systems that were invisible, sitting with truth that change how you see the world. It's exhausting and overwhelming sometimes. There's no timeline for this, no right way to process it. We've gone daily now because these conversations matter. Subscribe so new episodes land automatically when they drop.